Well, another battling effort, I suppose, like Saturday, but again, nothing to show for anything against a good side.
Yeah, I thought we were miles better than what we were Saturday, though. Again, scratching your head today a little bit how we've not managed to take at least a point, because I think we anybody who's in the stadium would say we deserved at least that. But it's frustrating. But we are a team in progress. We are a side that has lost 4 games 1-0 out of the 5. The other one against Barnsley, I don't think there was much in there. So we're moving in the right direction. If that's first and second in this division, then we ain't a million miles away. We've shown, again, we can compete. Obviously a different type of game to Saturday. Saturday was a bit more stop-start, 2 sides cancelling each other out. Today I thought was a fantastic advertisement for League One, 1-0 but real end-to-end. The most frustrating thing for me is we've been done around about the same time with a set play. So yeah, we are learning, but disappointing to give away set play goals.
Yeah, I suppose the positives were you were very confident in possession. You seemed to enjoy possession, particularly in that first half.
Yeah, but I thought we coped with the occasion. We were the only side trying to play football. Portsmouth game was a little bit stagnated, but I think today, we popped the ball around and passed it. We could have been a bit more composed in certain areas, but I thought the lads were brave, especially away from home against sides sitting second or third in the division. And we're keen to get on the ball and play, especially second half. That when we were chasing the game, we put pressure on them. But as I say, we're moving nicely. The most frustrating thing for me is we just have a bit of disruption. Obviously, 2 centre mids have changed. Ryan bangs his shoulder, Marnes bangs his leg. So yeah, a little bit frustration, in terms of getting the settle side, because I'm absolutely sure if we get the strongest 11 on the pitch, in the shape that we want to play, we'll win lots of games of football. The disappointing thing is, Paddy's a little bit tight, can't play tonight, so you end up with Ched up there. I thought Chris Long was very, very good, certainly to bounce back after being taken off in recent weeks. I thought he showed flashes of the player we know he can be, so that's a big plus for us. But yeah, we're moving in the right direction. The great thing for me is I'm learning every day about what we need if we're going to be capable of winning this league. So yeah, it's the picture and how we get to where we want to get to is becoming ever more clearer, especially when we come to these places. And I know the characters that we've got in our building and what they're capable of. And I think the scary thing for our lads is I don't think they know how good they are, and I don't think they know what they're capable of. So the future is really, really bright. Yet we're disappointed. We've lost 2 games on the spin. Don't like losing any games of football, but it's always mindful to keep in it firmly fixed in your head where you are and where you're trying to get to.
Disappointing goal I can see. Was it a case of being a little cold after half time?
No. We always get the lads up and moving, so we do everything we can possibly do. The lads are moving in the dressing room. We always try and get out a little bit earlier, get touches of the ball moving round. As you'll have noted, unless you were eating the pies at half time, that we're out at least 3 or 4 minutes before the opposition and we're moving about. So yeah, it's again we're in the slots to deal with it. We just get attracted to the ball. It happened the same Saturday, although it was different personnel. We just get caught ball watching. And that's disappointing, because I know, certainly in the defensive structures, Clint is constantly telling the lads about it's not the ball that scores goals, it's the men. And just in the last 2 games, we've just lost track of that. But on the whole, we defended our box from set plays, because they are a side that do set up to cause you problems at every opportunity, from free kicks, long throws, wide free kicks, corners. And on the whole, I felt we dealt with it. I don't think Cairnsey's had a shot on target in the game other than the goal. So it's enough to drive you mad occasionally. But that is the beauty of managing a football team and not playing.
And it was such a spirited response, wasn't it? Because certainly at the end there, you gave it a great crack.
Yeah, I've just spoke to their keeper there. I just see him coming out. So I've seen the shot back from Wes Burns. It's a hell of a save. Ched says he thinks he should have scored at least 1. He's had a chance, couple of good blocks. Ball falls to Ash Hunter on the volley. He's been superb all season. Anyone on the pitch you want to fall into, it's Ash. It doesn't quite hit it clean. And as I say, on another night, Chris Long would have nicked a goal. He's had a couple of opportunities. One far of the slightly right of the far right-hand post, and one, on the left-hand side. So we didn't have that Saturday. We didn't threaten the opposition's goal. I mean, we know how big Ched is for us in terms of building phases of play off him. But yeah, look, if we keep playing like that, we're going to score enough goals to win enough football matches to get where we want to get to. So I'm as pleased as you can possibly be in a defeat. You're never happy in losing games of football, especially back to back. But also, we've got to be positive because that game's gone, it's done. We'll pick the bones out of it. But we've got a massive match at home, Derby on Saturday, and spoke to the lads an opportunity to create a piece of history for themselves. Be the first Fleetwood side to beat Blackpool.
Yeah, no points from these 2 trips, but from the way you're talking, it seems like you feel you're heading in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, we've got to be aware of where we're at. You look at, I think Fleetwood lost 4-1 at Portsmouth last year. I'm not sure. I think they lost 2-0 in a kind of damp squid towards the end of the season when both sides had nothing to play for. So by that margin, we're progressing, but we've still lost both of the games. So we're not the finished article. We know that the group is constantly evolving. Structures in place to be able to come to these places and win. But again, I'm absolutely sure that we're moving where we need to go to. And as a manager, the group's with us. You see how much they fight for each other, the team, and it's great to watch. And if you keep doing that, over the course of 46 games, the results come. This is a league where you can use momentum to propel yourself forward. As we've seen with lots of sides around us. And I'm really, really confident that we'll get to where we need to go to.
A couple of knocks you picked up, any indication of how they might be?
No, it's just one of them where you just hope it's a knock and a niggle and they have to come off in the game, but they'll be available for selection. But we have got players coming back. I think James Husband will be fit. Looks like James Wallace will be fit. Conor McElhenney fit. So we've got a squad. We've got to trust that squad. Paddy should be fit. It's just a precaution tonight. So yeah, we want to get the best 11 we can possibly get onto the pitch as often as we can. If we do that, we'll win lots of games of football. So that is football. You have to take the rough with the smooth. Injuries are a part and parcel of it. But yeah, we just back to the training ground, work even harder, and come back. And as I say, we're going to beat Blackpool on Saturday.
You've seen the top 2 now. You've already seen Barnsley and Sunderland.
Beat Doncaster, who were third.
Yeah,
played Aki, who were...
No, you've seen them all. Do you feel now that you can be capable of challenging at the top after seeing everyone really, all of the contenders having played them?
I really, really do. Sometimes you have to get yourselves in the scrap with them to realise where you are, and from what I can gather, they weren't at that point last year. We're not a million miles away now. We've got lots of hard work to do. We've got to be really, really smart about how we go about it. But I'm saying to the lads in there, you've played everybody in the top 6 now. Do you really feel that you're capable of gate crashing that and being part of it? And I think the group do. Yes, we've got to be a bit cuter at key times in the game, but also there's not a massive gulf between the teams. And I think that's this division. I really, really do. I think it's a division where there is fine margins between lots of the sides, and the most frustrating thing for me is if we get it right, we've shown we can blow sides away. But again, I think that comes down to keep believing in the processes, keep doing what we're doing. Clearly, we need to be more consistent. We need to be more switched on, certainly key moments in the game, for set plays and stuff like that, because the opposition, if we get in the lead and go in, we've shown we can take the lead in games, but we haven't shown as yet how we respond to conceding goals, because on the whole we've lost 4 games 1-0, and we must get better at that. But I thought we came on like a steam train in the end there, and that's the best we've been. Southend, we lost 1-0, but it was a scrappy affair. Portsmouth the same. Wimbledon, I'm trying to think the other 1-0 we had tonight. But tonight we really, really came on and looked the side more aggressive. Obviously we didn't get the goal, but lots of progression from the other 1-0s we've seen. So, we're right in games. We're not getting beat 4 or 5-0. We're not getting spanked by anybody. We're competing. It's just those little details, and those little details are key. And if we're going to progress and get where we need to go, we've got to learn them lessons quickly.
Yep. When it comes to, obviously, the cup draw last night, a tie at Alfreton. Alfreton, yeah. What do you make of that for a cup tie? It's
the FA Cup, isn't it? You know what I mean? Obviously, I didn't even watch the draw. I've never watched a draw as a player. I just, you get who you get. Any fixture you get is going to be really, really tricky, because it's the FA Cup, and for the smaller teams, the romance of the FA Cup is still there. For us, we'll be, looking forward to the challenge. We'll be going as strong as we possibly can to win a cup game, because it is the lifeblood of clubs like ourselves. And obviously, it's a great game. I think Alverton Forest under-23s play their football on the pitch, so we've heard it's a good surface, and look forward to a cracking cup tie. But that's miles away. It's Blackpool Saturday for us. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We've got a game to win Saturday.